Christina Alexander, Randy Scott alongside at SportsCenter AM on YouTube. In a few days shy of July, we are still, though, already on Triple Crown watching the National League, but we're going to start with bragging rights in New York.
Yeah, have to. More than just the NBA draft taking center stage in New York last night, we say adieu to round 1 of the NBA draft, and we say bonjour to round 2 later today. We're going to take it to Queens. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Dun, dun. All right, it's the Subway Series if you haven't gotten that yet. But take a look at this. Michael Mays, son of the late, great Willie Mays, finished his career with the Mets and threw out the first pitch for the Mets before the game. I love the reaction. But, okay, that wasn't too bad. On to the third. Mets leading 1-0, 2 outs. A runner on third here, and it's Francisco Alvarez hits a line drive to deep right field. That's a 2-run homer. That's his 30th career home run. He's the 3rd youngest catcher to reach 30 home runs, only behind Hall of Famers Johnny Bench and Ivan Rodriguez. But take a look at this. A little thunder, a little lightning. The show couldn't go on during the 5th inning. Rain delay, the tarp comes out. It's absolutely pouring there at Citi Field. But that's okay. We're in New York. The city never sleeps. The city never stops looking for an opportunity to have a little bit of theater or a little bit of a shower during.
Do you know how gross that rain is? That water is?
Listen, I was trying not to think about it, but here, let's get distracted with this image of
It's toe water. It's feet water.
I'm grimacing at what Randy is talking about right now.
The Wish.com grimace.
All right, top of the 6th. Yankees trail 7-0. Aaron Judge sends a line drive deep to left field. That's a 2-run home run. And he joins Babe Ruth as the only Yankees players to have 30 home runs, 75 RBI before July. Yankees still trailing, though, and then some. Tyrone Taylor hits a line drive. That's a 3-run home run. The Mets go on to win 12-2. But as for the Yankees, the pitching has been a major issue for them lately. They've lost 9 of their last 12 games and rank in the bottom 3 in the majors in opponent OPS, opponent batting average, and ERA over that span.
All right, we told you about someone putting us on Triple Crown watch in the National League. His name, Shohei Ohtani, taking on the White Sox, leading off. And just as he did the day prior, we're leading off with a home run. 25 on the season. That leads the National League. Hit 322. That leads the National League. He's third in RBI. This is a 10-game RBI streak, longest by a Dodger since the RBI became an official stat in 1920. Freddie Freeman, speaking of RBI, he is 50 or more in every season since 2011. His 14-season streak is the longest active streak in Major League Baseball by a good margin. RBI's 49 and 50 here in the 3rd inning. Plates Austin Barnes and Ohtani, and the Dodgers are up 4-0. That was plenty for this man. Gavin Stone, 8-1, 2.03 ERA in his last 11 starts, and these are the White Sox, who have been shut out 12 times this season, by far the most in baseball. Dave Roberts said he was just in complete control, a dominant performance. Struck out 7, gets Luis Robert Jr. to ground out to end it. His first shutout, the Dodgers' 9th shutout win of the season. He's the first Dodgers rookie to throw a shutout on the road since Ismael Valdez in September of 1995. Back to Ohtani, been on a tear during this 10-game RBI streak. Since the streak began, it was June 16th. Leads the league in OPS, home runs, and runs batted in. He's the current favorite to win the National League MVP at -135. That, according to ESPN Bet.
Welcome to the 2024 NBA Draft. With the first pick, the Atlanta Hawks select Zachary Rizache.
This is amazing. I don't know what to say. That's special.
With the second pick, Alex Sarr.
You know, it's really special.
Reed Shepard, Stephon Castle, Ron Holland II, Donovan Clingan.
Just everything I've worked for my entire life.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to be here. I was born for this.
I'm going to do anything I can to bring home a championship. I'm so happy to be here.
All right, let's highlight some notable non-lottery selections. The Sixers took Duke freshman Jared McCain at 16. McCain is the 4th Duke freshman guard taken in the top 20 of the NBA draft. He shot 41% on threes last season at Duke. And the Lakers then took Dalton Knecht at 17. Now, Knecht is the first Tennessee player taken in the top 20 since Tobias Harris in 2011. He had 6 35-point games in 2023-2024. That's the most ever by a Tennessee player in a single season. 10 picks later, Terrence Terrence Shannon Jr. fell to the T-Wolves at 27. Now Shannon set an Illinois program record with 736 points last season. He's the first Illinois player drafted in the first round since Myers Leonard in 2012. And here's another name. Bobby Marks joins us now with the round one of the NBA draft in the books. All right, Bobby, 30 players off the board. Which team do you have winning yesterday's round one?
Oh, it has to be Minnesota as far as what they were able to do. A team that lost in the conference finals. They enter the draft with its 27th pick in the draft, and they leave with the 8th pick in Rob Dillingham and certainly Terrence Shannon Jr. Now, here's a player in Dillingham, an elite-level scorer, at his best getting downhill. Shannon, a two-way player, 3 or 4 year player at Illinois this past year, one of the best players in college basketball here. Two guys that can come in right now, help this Minnesota team, a team that was limited in draft equity, certainly where their finances are, but I really like what Minnesota was able to do on Wednesday night.
All right, with Minnesota, and we know another team that you're high on is the Lakers, especially after that move that they made yesterday. I'm talking about Dalton Knecht. What are they looking to get out of a player like him?
Yeah, win-now player. It's a win-now team, and you get a 23-year-old 6'6" guard that played at a high level at Tennessee this past year in a terrific conference. The knock on him was that he was 23, and I was like, why? So, who cares, right? He's a 23-year-old that can play in the NBA right now. He is not a project, at his best coming off screens right now. They got a steal at pick 17, a player that I thought could go certainly in the top 8 in this year's draft.
Yeah, I said he's looking forward to learning off players, of course, his teammates, just to name one, LeBron James. And we mentioned what he was able to do last season, 6 35-point games. Incredible. Bobby, thank you for stopping by. The draft continues today, 4 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Randy?
All right, Christina, speaking of the Lakers, Los Angeles isn't on the clock, but is very much under the microscope. The Lakers picked 25th in today's second round of the draft, pick 55 overall, where the focus is on adding not only talent, but a second member of the James family, Bronny James, whose given name is LeBron James Jr. How and when Bronny enters the NBA remains to be seen, and if and when that happens, it won't be easy. Justin Tinsley now, and how LeBron's epic shadow could impact his son's chance at success.
Life is a constant pursuit of purpose. For Bronny James, this quest plays out on the world stage. There are many chapters to this story. A life-threatening cardiac scare that upended his lone season at USC. Nepotism and how that plays out in NBA circles.
You know, I never thought about playing with my dad, but of course he's brought it up a couple times.
And his father's long-stated desire to play alongside his son.
I need to be on the floor with my boy. I gotta be on the floor with Bronny. That would be the icing on the cake.
Raised to believe basketball wasn't his only source of happiness, the eldest son of the world-famous family attempts to chart his own course. But what happens when the family business is everyone's business?
Any attention that he's warranted has been because of his daddy. There's only one reason he has a shot of getting drafted in the second round. Are the Lakers with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and them with the second round pick 55th over, would they be willing to do this?
Where does one go for your own start when your name is LeBron James Jr.? How can you ever be judged on your merit and not your bloodline? From intentionally going by his nickname or not wearing a jersey number associated with his father until college, Bronny James has been attempting to forge his own identity for years. But his story shouldn't be about his dad's wishes or our expectations.
This is a serious business, and I don't feel like there would be like a thought of I'm just drafting this kid just because I'm gonna get his dad. Like, I don't think a GM would really allow that. I think I've put in the work and I would get drafted because of the person, not only the player, but the person that I am.
Bronny James is living a blessing and a burden. His last name may get him drafted. His game will either prove naysayers wrong or confirm them. But the spotlight, a James family heirloom, will only intensify. No other player in the draft, the world really, understands what it's truly like to walk in LeBron James Jr.'s shoes. Not you, not me, not even LeBron James.
This afternoon, we will have the second round of the NBA draft. Coverage begins at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific on ESPN from our Seaport District studios in New York.
So the NBA draft concludes tonight, but the NBA offseason just starting to heat up.
Yeah, people are starting to get paid too. We're going to have more coverage tomorrow. Make sure to tune in again to SportsCenter AM on YouTube.